Welcome to my Pokemon Platinum version Nuzlock. This is my attempt at a Pokemon Platinum Nuzlock. This is the first ever Nuzlock that I've ever done. And I'm excited to show you guys this Nuzlock. Let's get right into the video. After I finished watching a program on the TV, my friend Roy practically drags me out of my room with his ADHD level 5000 brain. But yeah, basically he just snatches me and grabs me out and drags me out of the room. Yeah, so basically this kid just tries to jump into grass with no Pokemon like he hasn't learned any Pokemon game ever. But Professor Rohan comes in and saves me and gives me a briefcase, and you know how it goes. I get to choose my 3 Pokemon. I look at them all, but immediately I just knew I was going with Chimchar, because it's just the best choice for Platinum. So, yeah, I went with Chimchar. Then, my friend Roy tries to challenge me to a battle, and I show him why I'm doing this as a Nuzlocke. I absolutely clobber and humiliate his Piplup. His Piplup gets absolutely destroyed in this battle. After saying goodbye to my mom, I meet Cyrus for the first time. Basically just walking up to some kids and shoving us aside so that he can walk by. After that, I fought a Starly, I fought another Starly, then I fought a Bidoof. I'm pretty sure I fought another Starly and another Bidoof. But basically you see that the grind was on. Professor Rohan's assistant tries to teach me how to catch a Pokemon after I already caught a level 2 Starly earlier that I named Charles. This Shinx named Puppy would literally be the most traumatic Pokemon experience of my entire life later in this video. After that, I went to the city and talked to Professor Rohan's assistant. Roy fights me for the second time. By the way, I caught a Wurmple that I named Worm on 103. So I got Charles the Starly on 101, Puppy on 102, and I got Wurmple the Worm on 103. Yeah, so this fight went pretty smooth until, like I said earlier, the most traumatic experience of my Pokemon career ever happened. Puppy, at a very beginner level. After he got Piplup this low on health, finishes off Piplup, but he gets hit with a pound somehow, tackles, misses, then gets hit with pound, he's at a fraction of health, then he tackles, misses again, and then gets pounded and killed. How do you miss tackle twice? So after he died, I found his son and named him Puppy V2. He was a key member of the team, great Pokemon, this couldn't get better. I got right up until the first gym battle with Rourke, and then I realized that all my Pokemon were weak against his rock types, and I could literally not win. I was in the worst situation ever until I found a Psyduck. I was gonna name this thing Salvation, but after that, I just decided to name it Goat. I leveled this thing for 50 minutes until it finally got to level 24. So then I challenged Rourke to a battle. I easily one-shotted this first Geodude, and then Rourke decided to pull out his second one, but that was absolutely no challenge for a Goat. Or not his second Geodude, that was completely my bad, completely random. He pulled out Onix. He pulled out his Onix, his level 12 Onix, but like I said, that was no challenge, and Goat absolutely clobbered this Onix, straight up one shot. He used Stealth Rock, and then Goat just water gunned him, and there was an immediate one shot, straight down to 0 HP. I thought his Cranidos might have been a little bit of an issue, but Psyduck two-shotted his Cranidos, or Goat, or whatever you want to call him, two-shotted it, and Psyduck didn't take a single bit of damage this entire fight. That's literally insane. He truly is the GOAT. After that, I ran around going to the next town, but then I ran into Team Galactus for the first time. But me and Dawn took care of that team. It was the first double battle as well, but they didn't have very strong Pokemon, so Team Galactus got completely clobbered in this fight. Two big things happened on my way to the next city. First of all, Puppy evolved into Alexio, which is awesome. Alexio's a great Pokemon. Then Chimchar or Chimp evolved into Monferno, which was awesome. A closer step to Infernape. But there was no time to celebrate because a galactic grunt was guarding the Windworks to get in and have my first galactic leader battle. But this was no trouble with Chimp having just evolved. He had some insane moves, was critical hitting everything, and he won this battle easily. I actually had forgotten where you get the Windworks key in Pokemon Platinum, but then I remember that there's the little exit up in the top of the forest where you can go up, you go through the doorway, you get into this flower field, or you talk to this guy, he gives you the key. By the way, if you haven't played the game, the Galactic Grunt locks the door from the inside, so that's why you have to get the key. I wiped the floor with all the grunts, but then I got to Commander Mars, and I had to battle Commander Mars. She threw out a Zubat, which was easy. Chimp had just evolved, like I said, and was immediately very strong for his level. This did end up being a little bit of trouble, but I had to sacrifice Worm and then switch to Chimp, who came in like a champ, Chimp the champ, and hit him with a Mach Punch, finishing off this fight. Well, I hit him 3 times, finishing off this fight. After that, I leveled my Pokemon. I leveled Monferno a ton, or Chimp, and I ran right over to the grass gym and started the battle. Then Monferno one-shotted her Turtwig. After that, I wiped out her other 2 Pokemon, two-shotting Roserade, and finishing off the battle. It was close. So the last scientist person I found I was supposed to rescue, so I ran up to the scientist guy, but then randomly challenged me to a battle, and I didn't realize that this would be the worst battle of the entire run. Yeah, so this Chop scientist guy basically almost one-shotted Chimp, but then I made the dumbest decision of my life, and I swapped him out for Puppy. But I didn't realize that Monferno was faster and could have literally finished off this fight with a Fire Spin. And then Puppy got confusioned, got down all the way to 16 HP. So last time the sacrifice play worked, so I used this Garfield that I caught on Route 106, or 206, the 6th route in this game. So I tried to use this sacrifice play, but then I realized that Goat was literally slower, got hit with confusion, and Goat got wiped out. The Pokemon that carried me through this entire run got completely wiped out. So I had a choice. Either sacrifice Puppy or sacrifice Chimp, and I once again made the stupidest decision. I was completely conflicted because Chimp was my starter Pokemon. I didn't want to lose him, but I didn't even realize that Chimp was literally a faster Pokemon. If I had played Chimp and used Fire Spin, I would have won this battle. Yeah, so this dumb scientist spammed confusion so much, he killed Puppy. He absolutely decimated Puppy, one-shotted him. I thought I was gonna die here. I was so stupid. Chimp is literally faster, so I threw in Chimp, thinking he was gonna die at this point. But Chimp one-shotted it. I could have just done that at the beginning and Puppy wouldn't have died. Yeah, so at this entire battle that I lost everything to get up to this fight that I didn't even realize was gonna be an easy fight, and I didn't even have to prepare that much for. Chimp just flame wheeled her Pokemon, and Skuntank, I can never pronounce that name. Skuntank went down. So I basically lost everybody for nothing. sorry to inform you guys, but all that crazy adventure literally happened just to get killed by one of the bird keepers. So after this, I don't know where the film went, but after this, I went down to the next route. I went around, I was leveling up Monferno, and then this random bird keeper literally just killed me. Like, I just got destroyed by this bird keeper with wing attacks. So yeah, that was my Nuzlock run. I'm gonna be finishing this run though, not as a Nuzlock, but like as the actual just like playthrough for you guys. So yeah, well, I'm gonna get all my Pokemon back and then re-Nuzlock it basically. See you guys in the next one.